Assalamu alaikum and good evening. So, just a few things I wanted to share with you regarding the valuable contribution Tesco makes. So first of all, I want to sincerely thank you for giving us the opportunity today. For us, it represents a real privilege to stand in front of the people who make such a difference to the work that we do. And really what I want to do is bring forward a little bit of an insight in terms of how you're helping. So at JK Outreach, we feed around 200 people every single week. But when I say 200 people, I don't just mean numbers. There's a lot of context to it. So I mean the elderly gentleman who quietly tells us he hasn't spoken to anybody all week until he walks through our doors on a Sunday. I also mean the single mother choosing between topping up the gas meter or buying enough food to last until payday. I also mean the refugee family newly arrived trying to rebuild their lives with dignity. For many of them, that meal isn't just food, it's relief and it's reassurance. And it's most of all a reminder that actually somebody cares. So from our centre, we provide hot meals and essential food supplies. We also deliver to homeless shelters and support services across the area. In addition to that, behind the scenes, our food bank runs quietly but constantly. So throughout the week, we receive emergency referrals from support workers, social workers, job centre staff, and even other organisations. One of the most common things we hear on the phone is things like, I can't get them a parcel for a few days, they may have run out of stock, or, as is the case for certain organisations, they work on a voucher system, so once that voucher is gone, they don't have any additional entitlement. And also we might hear about people that simply just don't have any food in the cupboard to feed the family. And it's in those moments, there's no next week for that family, they've got no other option. So what we try to respond, adjust what we're doing, stay late if we need to, make calls and try to signpost, because people come with complex problems, and most of all we try to open our doors. Because what we realise is, because hunger doesn't operate within office hours, and many organisations will strictly just work within the hours that they are advertised. So again, a little bit more of an insight. Over the last few years, we've also built a strong surplus food redistribution programme. And together with partners like Tesco, we've saved tons and tons of perfectly good food going to the landfill. But what this really actually means is food that might have been wasted instead becomes a hot Sunday meal for somebody. It might mean a full cupboard for a struggling parent, or an Iftari parcel in Ramadhān for a refugee family breaking the fast. It could be a food bag for a new mother recovering at home, and even pet food for families who would otherwise have to give up the animals that they love and cherish. And that is really the true journey of your donations. So every single Sunday, without fail, our doors have opened. And in the approximately 8 years since we've been running, we've not missed a single week, whether that be Christmas, Eid, we've always had our service running. Now that consistency is something we are incredibly proud of, especially as a 100% community-funded, volunteer-led organisation. We've got no large overheads, no complex structures, we're just local people showing up for other local people that are in need. And your support strengthens that. There's been many times when we might have expected to slow down during funding pressures, during national crises, or during COVID. Many services had to close their doors, we kept on going. Instead of serving indoors, we started serving outdoors. And during rising demand, we've always tried to meet that demand. So during Ramadhān, we work alongside other services to deliver Iftari food parcels to refugees and asylum seeker families every year. When demand increases, we don't reduce support, we expand our partnerships with partners like yourselves. And that's something we strongly believe in, and that's the wider community coming together. Because solving food poverty isn't something one organisation can do. It takes a lot of collaboration, it takes trust, and it takes businesses who care about the communities they serve. So for us, Tesco's is not just a donor to us, you're a partner in dignity, a partner in sustainability, and a partner in hope. From store colleagues who carefully handle surplus food to managers who support local causes, to leadership teams who shape corporate responsibility. Every level of your organisation plays a part in the impact we see on the ground. So when your team separates surplus food at the end of the day, it may feel routine, but actually it's not. For us and many of the people we serve, it's actually transformational. So because of you, a parent sleeps easier, a child doesn't go to school hungry, and a vulnerable adult feels seen. Food is saved from waste and redirected for real purpose. And that's measurable, that's real, and has huge human impact. So in conclusion, we're deeply grateful for the continued support we've received from Tesco over the years, and hope you feel proud, because you absolutely should. So on behalf of our volunteers, our partners, and the hundreds of individuals and families who benefit each week, thank you. Not just for the food, but for standing with us. Together, we are proving that when community and corporate responsibility align, extraordinary things can happen, and thank you for being part of that story. Thank you.